The 8 parts of speech. Number one, nouns. A noun is a word that names a person, place, concept, or object. Basically, it's anything that names a thing is a noun. Whether you're talking about a basketball court, San Francisco, Cleopatra, or self preservation. Nouns fall into two categories: common nouns and proper nouns. Common nouns are generally names for things like planet and game show. Proper nouns are titles for specific things like Jupiter and Jeopardy. Pronouns. Pronouns are words that substitute for specific nouns when the reader or listener already knows which specific noun you're referring to. You might say, Jennifer was supposed to be here at 8. Then follow it with, she's always late. Next time I'll tell her to be here a half hour earlier. Instead of saying Jennifer's name 3 times in a row, you substitute she and her, and your sentences remain grammatically correct. Pronouns are divided into a number of categories. We cover them all in our guide to pronouns. Adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe a noun. Think of your favorite movie. How would you describe it to a friend who's never seen it? You might say the movie was funny, engaging, well written, or suspenseful. When you're describing the movie with these words, you're using adjectives, and adjectives can go right before a noun it's describing. I have a black dog, but it doesn't have to. Sometimes adjectives can come at the end of a sentence. My dog is black. Verbs. Go, be amazing, run as fast as you can, win the race, congratulate every participant who put in the work and completed. These bold words are verbs. Verbs are words that describe specific actions like running, winning, or being amazed. Now, not all verbs refer to little actions, though. Verbs can refer to feelings or states of being, like to love and to be. These are known as non action verbs. Conversely, the verbs that do refer to little actions are known as action verbs. 5. The adverbs. An adverb is a word that describes an adjective, a verb, or another adverb. Here's an example. I entered the room quickly. Quietly, sorry. I entered the room quietly. Quietly is describing how you entered the verb, the room. Another example. A cheetah is always faster than a lion. Always is describing how frequently a cheetah is faster, which is the adjective, than a lion. Prepositions. Prepositions tell you the relationship between other words in a sentence. You might say, I left my bike leaning against the garage. In this sentence, against is the preposition because it tells us where you left the bike. Here's another example. She put the pizza in the oven. Without the preposition in, we don't know where the pizza is. Conjunctions. Conjunctions makes it possible to build complex sentences that express multiple ideas. I like marinara sauce. I like Alfredo sauce. But I don't like puttanesca sauce. Each of these 3 sentences express a clear idea. There's nothing wrong with listing your preferences like this, but it is not the most efficient way to do it. Consider instead, I like marinara sauce and Alfredo sauce, but I don't like puttanesca sauce. In this sentence, and but are the 2 conjunctions that link your ideas together. Lastly, articles. a pair, the brick house, an exciting experience. These bolded words are known as articles. Articles come in two flavors: definite articles and indefinite articles. And similarly, the two types of nouns, the two types of nouns, the type of articles you use depends on how specifically you need to be about the thing that you're describing. Okay? A definite article, like the or this, describes one specific noun. Here's an example. Did you buy the car? From the sentence, from the above sentence, we understand the speaker is referring to specifically a specific previously discussed car. Now, swap the article to an indefinite article. In this example, did you buy a car? See how the implication that you're referring back to something specific is gone, and you are asking a more general question. Now, lastly, figuring out parts of speech. Sometimes it's not easy to tell which part of speech a word is. Here's a few easy hacks for quickly figuring out what part of speech you're dealing with. If it's an adjective, plus the N, the ly, it becomes an adverb. For example, commonly. See, common is the adjective, but you put a ly behind it, commonly, it becomes an adverb. Quick by itself is an adjective, but quickly, adverb. If you can swap it out a noun and a sentence still makes sense, it is a pronoun. For example, he played basketball. You can change he to Steve. Steve played basketball. So we're dealing with nouns and pronouns. If it's something you do and you can modify the sentence to include the word do, it's a verb. For example, I have an umbrella. If I can put the word do in there, I do have an umbrella. Then have was always a verb. Again, if you can slip the word do just before the word, that word is a verb. If you can remove a word and the sentence still makes sense, but you lose that detail, the word is most likely an adjective. For example, she drives a red van. If you take the word red out, it's still a good sentence. She drives a van. You didn't lose a sentence, you just lost details about the sentence.